Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. We begin with breaking news. A staff member at St Patrick's College in Launceston has today been charged with child sex offences. For more, we're joined by reporter Lily Thompson. Now, Lily, what can you tell us?
Kim, the 34-year-old St Patrick's College staff member has been charged by Tasmania Police. The man was arrested earlier today and now faces 2 counts of penetrative sexual abuse of a child or young person. Police say these offences happened 5 years ago in 2019. Catholic Education Tasmania says it understands the potential impact this development may have on the college community. It says their priority remains the wellbeing and support of students and staff. They say they'll be working closely with members of the college to provide them with support. Kim, the man is expected to appear in Launceston's Magistrates Court on June 5th.
Okay, and if you or anyone you know needs help or this story has caused distress, contact the Sexual Assault Support Service on 1800 697 877. And that was Lily Thompson there. And hundreds here are expected to gather on Parliament lawns tomorrow as part of a national rally against gender-based violence. Protests are being held across the country this weekend, calling for the government to declare a national emergency. As we've heard, more than 30 women have died at the hands of men this year, including 5 who were killed in the Bondi Westfield stabbing attack. A new family and child learning centre in Sorell is preparing to open its doors next month. It's one of 6 centres being built in regional Tasmania as part of the government's commitment to provide more support to local families.
Her new job, more than just child's play.
Can you give the baby a cuddle?
The new Education Minister's opening a brand new child and family centre located in the heart of Sorell.
I think parents just love to have a safe place where they can come and meet with other parents and have a chat, have a great coffee and play with their children.
This centre is one of 6 under construction. The final 2 in Kingston and Glenorchy nearing completion. Another 4 in Huonville, Smithton, Longford and Scottsdale were also promised during the recent election campaign.
These are regional communities where we know the extraordinary benefit that comes from having all of the services, the nurturing environment and a safe environment for families to come.
Officially opening its doors on May 1 to support the state's southeast.
It has amazing supports and services that range from speech pathology, social work, psychology.
We know that when our families are also in that supported environment, that is the best chance we can possibly give to our little people here in Tasmania.
Situated right next to the local primary school, the centre has the full support from the community.
I do think a facility like this will have ongoing benefits for the entire region.
Stepping out as Education Minister for the first time, Joe Palmer now faces the big task of lifting Tasmania's literacy rates and school attendance levels.
I'm not sure that I've slept very much in the past 10 days trying to get my head around the complexities of it.
And she's got a tough crowd to please. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmanian News.
Police have apprehended 2 youths who managed to escape from Ashley Youth Detention Centre. Authorities called to the centre around midday following reports the detainees had escaped. The 2 were intercepted by police shortly after and are now back in custody. Investigations into how the incident occurred are underway. Fired up Clarence residents are ramping up their fight against the proposed location of the AFL High Performance Centre site. The Save Rosny Parks group is calling for more public consultation, saying so far it's been lacking and the community wants its say.
There may be some people in Clarence who might be against the Performance Centre, but man, there are thousands of others who are so excited about this facility, about what it means.
Following a 1,000 signature strong petition, the Clarence City Council will hold a public meeting on May 15. Speaking of AFL, tomorrow is an important day for North Melbourne, hoping Blunston will be the place they drag themselves out of the doldrums. And among those cheering from the stands will be 2 lifelong supporters, both making a special appearance at today's Captain's Run.
George McNeese doesn't have a bad boot on him for a 9-year-old, but some tips from the pros will never go astray. George is well known in Kangaroos camp. They have a soft spot for the young Hobart fan who was diagnosed with brain cancer as an 11-month-old.
You look at him now and he's running around like a normal child, and what people don't realise is that he's actually fighting for his life.
An invitation to today's captain's run at Blunston, a welcome distraction. George is battling his 4th relapse.
We're actually on day 17 of chemo, so he got out of his pyjamas about an hour beforehand today, knowing he was going to get to come here, and it's days like that that really help lift his spirits.
A great way to top off his 9th birthday week.
Happy birthday to you.
The club is 155 years old and Phyllis Dennis has been behind the Roos for 103 of them.
We didn't have much news of the football those days, but I had brothers and they used to talk football a lot, and North Melbourne was mentioned, so I thought, oh, I'll go with North Melbourne, and that's what happened. And every weekend then my brother would get the scores through for me.
She hasn't missed a North Melbourne game in Tassie, and tomorrow will be no exception. And with all that experience behind her, she's a perfect person to provide some wisdom to the boss as they look to snap their losing streak.
They've been due for a win for a long time. Yes, it'll come, it'll come.
Nick Kelly, 7 Tasmania News.
The state government is facing requests for extra resources from independent MPs. As part of her negotiations to back the Rockcliffe Liberal government, Christy Johnston asked for extra staff and facilities, echoing calls from others.
We want all of our MPs right across both of our houses to be in a position where they feel that they can represent their communities in the very best way that they can.
Currently, lower house members receive 2 staff and upper house members 1. Police have charged a further 4 people, including a 15-year-old, in relation to public disturbances in Herdsman's Cove and Bridgewater earlier this month. Ongoing investigations resulted in charges of hooning, public order and damage to property. A crowd of 100 had gathered to see popular YouTuber and rapper Tasmanian. Police have seized a motor vehicle and 2 motorbikes, also saying more arrests and seizures are expected. Emergency services were called to Acton Park this morning after a 2-vehicle collision. Acton Road closed for a short time as the scene was cleared. No serious injuries were recorded. The cause of the incident is being investigated. Well, meanwhile, police are calling for information about a crash on the East Derwent Highway last night. They say a white Kia Carnival was seen driving erratically on the Tasman Highway at Cambridge before crashing near Risdon Vale. Anyone with dashcam footage of the vehicle is asked to contact police. The nation's peak medical body concedes many of us are suffering from vaccine fatigue, but it's urging vigilance. The AMA says the flu and COVID can have devastating effects on vulnerable Australians, including children and the elderly, and jabs are the best way to protect the population. A COVID booster shot can be administered on the same day as the flu jab. Free flu vaccines are available for those most at risk of complications.
Launceston draftee Colby McKercher is back in Tasmania for the first time since the season started, having hit out of Blunston before their clash with the Crows. The young gun, who's the talk of the footy world at the moment, revealing a few teammates have been taking him under their wings.
Harry Sheasel, Luke McDonald, Josh Simpkin. Yeah, I could go on forever about those boys. They just really helped me settle into this new environment, and I'm enjoying spending time with them.
The Roos can start to drag themselves off the bottom of the ladder tomorrow afternoon if Blunston delivers their first win of the season. Huge news from the Chargers, confirming Championship Jack Jumpers captain Clint Steindl is joining the ranks. It's a great boost for Hobart, sitting in the middle of the NBL 1 ladder. The sharpshooter adding to the side's offence as the club looks to build on their 3-2 start. He'll run out tonight against the Casey Cavaliers. Launceston United isn't backing down ahead of tomorrow's Lacka Seljuk Cup quarter-final against Kinborough. A run of hot and cold performances is no cause for concern.
We're confident we can beat anyone on our day, playing a similar style of football against everyone and just trying to outwork our opponents, I suppose. That's been our big thing, just bringing the energy.
Playing up from the Southern Championship League, University go into Sunday's statewide cup quarter-final underdogs against last year's runners-up Launceston United, planning on an upset.
We will be missing few players, but that comes with the territory. The girls who are coming up have earned their spot, so they're there for a reason.
Launceston United have a few newcomers who weren't part of last year's final. There's double trouble from the reigning premiers in the Tasmanian Rugby Union this season. With 50 players signed on, Launceston Tigers are deciding to field 2 teams in the senior division. And it seems the perennial champs won't be taking any prisoners.
We want to go Launceston Grand Final. It's a big ask, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of talent at this club at the moment, and it is a realistic goal that we've set ourselves.
Launceston 1 plays Devonport, who'll be looking for revenge after narrowly missing out on playing last year's final. Launceston 2 face Hobart Lions, both at Royal Park.
Good evening. Hobart and Devonport 19 today. Launceston and Friendly Beaches our high with 20. Burnie a top of 18. Temperatures closer to average today. Wynyard, Low Head, St Helens Grove and Bushy Park all 18. Flinders Island 17. King Island 16. Strawn 15 degrees. It was a cold start over northern Tasmania. Cressy and Fingal a low of 1. Showers over western Tasmania as cloud gathered there and also through Bass Strait. Most of the east clear. A little cloud drifted over southern Victoria as well. The high cloud streams through central Australia and further west over WA. Tomorrow, that large high still can't be beaten as it pushes a ridge over most of the country. We'll have west to northwesterly winds prevailing at 10 to 20 knots and to 25 knots over the south, lighter and more variable winds over eastern waters. We do have a frost warning. That's for temperatures in parts of the Midlands dropping down to 0. Hobart tomorrow, a high of 18 degrees and partly cloudy. A shower or 2 for Maydena, 15 the top and 16 the high for Oatlands. Launceston Saturday will be partly cloudy, 2 overnight, a top of 19 tomorrow, 18 for Devonport, a morning frost for Lyowini, 0 to a high of 13. Burnie partly cloudy and 17, 16 the top for Strawn and Marrawar with a shower or 2 there. And in the east tomorrow, 19 for St Helens, 18 for Swansea, becoming cloudy for Orford and 19. On Sunday, a fine partly cloudy day for most, a 50% chance of a shower in the west. Showers might extend statewide early on Monday morning, easing and contracting to the west, snow to 800 metres. And on Tuesday, patchy morning frost, a shower about the west and south, most likely over the southwest. Sunny and 25 in Perth, partly cloudy in Adelaide and Melbourne, fine in Sydney and 23, a shower for Brisbane, 25 at the top, and a sunny 35 in Darwin. In Hobart right now, mostly clear and 13. Launceston, mostly clear and 14. Devonport, mostly clear and 13. And Kim, I'm mostly finished.
And we are mostly happy about that. Thank you, Murph. Have a great weekend, you too. Thanks is all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everyone.